Hey friends, my name's Sophie and welcome back to your practice. Today we're going to be doing a practice focused on the three-dimensional core, which is the front body, back body, and the sides. So you can think of your core as like a tube rather than just the front. It's not just the front abdominal six-pack muscles, but it's everything around the center of your body. So we're going to be working, strengthening, and stretching all of that. So we're going to get started in tabletop. Bring your hands down to the earth, flat, and come into a cow pose by dropping the belly down and opening up the heart. Round your spine for cat. And again, drop the belly, lift your chest for cow. Tuck your toes, round your spine for cat, and now lift your knees an inch off the ground. Lower the knees down, cow pose. Inhale. Exhale, round the spine, lift the knees an inch off the ground, push away from the earth. One more time, knees down, open. Exhale, round, lift the knees an inch. Now keep your knees where they are. Bring your torso to neutral, so you're not in cat pose anymore. Good, now lift your right heel up, but keep your knees down low. And then set your right foot down. Lift your left heel up. Set your feet back down. Lift your right knee up. Set your right foot down. Lift your left foot up. Set your foot back down. Hold here. Think about cinching the sides of your rib cage in towards the midline. Push away from the earth. And then set your knees down on the ground and relax for a moment. Extend your right leg straight back behind you. Press back through your right heel. Then lift your right leg up off of the ground. Turn your right knee out to the right and bring your right knee to your right upper arm as high as you can. And then extend your leg straight back behind you. Again, bring your knee all the way to your right upper arm and extend the leg back. Let's do it again. So we're also engaging the psoas muscle and all the pelvic muscles here too when we bring it in. And extend the leg back, which is also part of your core. Now, keep your right leg straight back. Bring your left foot out to the left, like a kickstand, and come into a modified side plank, but with your right leg lifted. Then reach your right arm over your ear to create like a straight line between your right hand and your right foot. Inhale. Exhale, bring your knee and elbow together. Squeeze it in. And inhale, extend it all back out. So getting into the deep inner core muscles, bring the knee and elbow together and extend. Again, bring it in. It's our last one. Extend it out. Now set your right foot down and just enjoy the stretch for a few moments. See if you can knit your ribs in a little bit. Press down into the outer right foot. And then put your right hand down and right knee down to come back into table. And extend your left leg back behind you. Press through the heel, just a little calf stretch. Lift your left leg up. Turn your left leg out to the left a little and bring the knee all the way to your left upper arm as high as you can. Try to touch. Extend your leg straight back. Inhale. Exhale, knee to upper arm. Extend the leg straight back. One more time. Knee to upper arm. And extend it back. Keep the leg lifted. Right leg comes out to a kickstand. Come into your modified half moon or modified side plank with your left leg lifted. Left arm over your ear. Inhale. Exhale, knee and elbow together. You'll feel this in your glutes for sure. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, extend. One more time. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, extend. Pause here. Put your left foot down onto the ground. Press into the outer edge of the left foot. And then set your hand and knee back down to the ground. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels, shake out your head. Lift and lower the heels a few times. And then walk your feet up to your hands, take little steps. And once you get there, lift up halfway, flat back, shift your weight into your toes, and fold forward. Inhale, stand up and reach your arms all the way up. And interlace your hands, flip your palms up, keep your your pinky fingers and thumbs together. And take a side bend to your right. Come back up to center. Side bend to your left. Rise back up to center. Release your hands down to fold as you go all the way down to Uttanasana. Lift up halfway. And first bring your left heel like towards your butt. We'll call this flamingo pose. And then extend your left leg all the way back. And as slow as you can, step back into low lunge. Wonderful. Then keep your fingertips on the ground. Keep your back knee lifted and open your heart a little bit more, open the back of your chest. Then take your arms out wide into a T shape. Inhale. Exhale, put your hands back down. Take your arms back behind you into airplane. Exhale, hands down. And take the arms forward. Then come upright and put your back knee on the ground so you're in Anjaneyasana. Squeeze your hips towards each other. Lift through the sides of your body. Inhale. On exhale, we'll come into half splits, but try to keep the arms floating. So you shift back, straighten your right leg, and your arms go back behind you. Flex your right foot. Inhale, come back into Anjaneyasana. Exhale, shift it back, arms back, flex the foot. Inhale, shift it forward, and arms up. Exhale, shift it back. Inhale, come back up. And then take your right arm back behind you as you open arm twist to the right. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee so you're in a high lunge, open arm twist. And see if you can twist a little more to the right. Then spin open to warrior two. From here, come into side angle. Bring your right forearm on your right thigh and then left arm over ear. Then put your right hand on your chest. So just right in the center of your chest. Just to switch it up today and add a little extra challenge, not only for our bodies, but for our minds. Then rise up to warrior two and straighten your right leg and come into triangle pose. Reach forward, right hand down and left arm up. Reach for the stars with your left fingertips. Root down into your feet. Look down at the ground. Make your way into half moon. Lift your left leg up. Gently knit the bottom ribs inwards. Flex your left foot. As slow as you can, step back to warrior two. Gentle and slow. Flip your right palm and reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to low lunge and step to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Again, half lift. And bring your right heel towards your butt, flamingo. Then extend your right leg all the way back and very slowly step back to low lunge. And keep your back knee lifted. Really strong. That's key here. The back quads should be engaged. Then take your arms out wide to a T shape. And bring your hands down. Then take your arms back behind you into airplane. And bring your hands down. And then reach your arms all the way forward if it's okay with your back. If it's not, modify. And then come upright through high lunge and then put your back knee down on the ground. Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Exhale, shift back, straighten your left leg, flex your left foot, arms go back. Inhale, shift forward, arms reach up. Exhale, shift back. Inhale, shift forward. Again, bring it back. And bring it up. Stay here. Take your left arm back behind you to twist left. Tuck your right toes if they're not already. Lift your back knee. So you're in a high lunge, open arm twist. Reach your arms apart from each other. Connect with your breath. Breathe deep into the belly. And open up to a warrior two. Put your left forearm on your left thigh and right arm over ear. And then put your left hand on your heart. Feel your heartbeat and allow that to guide your chest open to the sky. Rise up to warrior two. Straighten your left leg. Triangle, reach forward. Your left femur bone goes back into your left hip socket. Left hand down, right arm up. A micro bend in the left knee. Imagine that your chest is a vast blue sky with no clouds. Look down at the ground. Let's make our way into half moon. Left hand down. Lift that right leg. And slowly step back, really slow, to warrior two. Flip your left palm, reverse warrior. Feel the stretch through the left side waist. Inhale, exhale, cartwheel the hands to the ground. Pause, then step to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, bend your knees, sweep your arms up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Lower down halfway. Hold. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog, hips up and back. All right, here we are. Feel the belly expand on the inhale and soften on the exhale. And then bring your feet together and lift your right leg up. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Check in with your left knee if it's caving into the right. See if you can bring your left hip back a little bit and realign. Then re-straighten the right leg. Inhale. Exhale, step your foot between your hands for low lunge. Rise up to high lunge and bring your hands to your heart. Twist to your right, hook your left elbow over the right knee, press the hands together and firm your back thigh. If you have any other variations that you'd like to take, maybe you want to split the arms, maybe a half bind or full bind. We'll just be here for a couple more breaths. Notice how you're gripping with your toes. If you're in a bind or something else, start to bring your hands back together into prayer. We're going to step to chair twist. So step your left foot up to meet your right foot, but still twist. Maybe you throw in a little side crow if you feel like it. Maybe not. If not, just stay in your chair twist. We'll be right there. Come on back down into your twist like nothing even happened. And then stand into Tadasana, everyone. Reach your arms up. Take your arms behind you into either reverse prayer or interlace your hands behind your back. Step your left foot back for pyramid pose. Inhale. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Make sure you're kind of pinning your right hip back a little bit. Now we'll lift up halfway. Gently release your arms and bring your hands to your heart now. Start to lean forward and come into warrior 3 with hands at your heart. If you want to fully extend the arms forward, you're more than welcome to. Imagine you're reaching your head and your arms away from your left foot. Now gently step back to high lunge. Straighten both legs. Bend your left knee. So we're in kind of this like reverse high lunge situation where the left knee is bent and the right leg is straight. See how low you can go. Good, then bend your right knee back into high lunge. Put your hands down onto the ground. Plant your left hand, reach your right arm up, and roll onto the outer edges of both feet. You might slide your right foot back towards the middle of the mat a little bit. Good. Now, listen carefully, it's a little funky. We're going to sit all the way down and then face the back of the mat for Ardha Matsyendrasana. So we're going to come into a twist. So you're sitting facing the back of the mat, your left leg is straight, your left foot is flexed, and if you want to, you can tuck your left heel underneath of you. Keep your sole of your right foot down, bring your right fingertips behind you, and twist to your right. Hook your left elbow. Again, notice the vast blue sky of your chest, from collarbone to collarbone, this sensation of space. Come back to center. If your left knee is bent, extend it back out the way we started. Now take your hands, turn them all the way to the left and to the front of the mat again. And come into sort of like a running lunge start, like if you're about to start a race, you have your right leg a little bit forward, plant your hands and step back to a one-legged plank. So your right leg stays off of the ground. Then bring your right knee to your right upper arm and then over to the left upper arm. And then to the right upper arm and left, right elbow, left elbow. Again, right elbow, left elbow, right elbow. Listen carefully, bring it up into the armpit and round your upper back, and then bring the knee down towards the wrist. Up into the armpit, down to the wrist. Up into the armpit, down to the wrist. Bring it up halfway to the elbow. Extend your right leg straight back behind you. Come into side plank. Maybe keep your right leg lifted. Reach your right arm up. And then wild thing, right toes behind you. Open the heart. Bring it back around to one-legged plank. Set your right foot down on the ground. Option to flow through Vinyasa. That was hard. Maybe you come all the way to the ground and lift up for Cobra. We'll make our way back to Down Dog. Great job. That was a tough little sequence, and we're going to continue for the second side. Let's catch our breath. Maybe it's just me that needs to catch my breath. Let's take 2 breaths here. All right, let's keep going. Feet together, lift your left leg up, bend your knee, open your hip. Again, notice if the right knee is caving in, you've gone too far. Straighten the leg out and step your foot between your hands. Rise up to high lunge. Bring your hands to your heart. Twist to your left. So hook your elbow over. And you might stay or take another variation or emulate what you did on the other side. If you're in another variation, bring your hands to your heart. Chair twist. Right foot meets the left foot. Feet are a couple inches apart. Maybe you throw in a side crow if you're crazy, like me. If you're inside crow, feet come back down. We come back to chair twist. Let's all make our way up into Tadasana, mountain pose, arms up. And then take your arms by your sides and behind you for reverse prayer or interlace your hands behind your back. Step your right foot back, setting up for pyramid. Inhale, exhale, fold. Lift up halfway. Bring your hands to your heart, please. And then start to bend your left knee and come into warrior three. Option to extend your arms forward. All right, then we're going to step all the way back to high lunge. And we're going to straighten both legs and bend your right knee now. You're leaning it back. This is called a sissy squat when you're bending your back knee in this way, where you're bending your knee forward of your foot. And then rise back up. Bend your left knee, plant your hands down. Keep your right hand down, lift your left arm up, and roll onto the outer edges of your feet. Now come all the way down into a seat and continue turning to face the back of the mat for Ardha Matsyendrasana. Option to bend your right knee under. Sit tall. Take your left fingertips behind you and hook your right elbow over to the left side. Find your breath and find your center. You can really feel the heart beating after all that movement. And what a cool thing to be able to feel our bodies working. Now we'll come back to face the back of the mat. Extend your right leg if it's not already. Take your arms, bring them over to the right and behind you. Turn all the way around. Right leg is straight back. Step back to one-legged plank. All right, here we go. Left knee to left elbow, and then left knee to right elbow. Left elbow, right elbow. Left elbow, right elbow. Left, right, left. Okay, ready? Down towards the wrist, and then all the way up to the upper arm. Can you round your back a little bit? Bring it down and up. And down and up. Again, lower and lift. Extend your legs straight back behind you. Come into side plank facing the left side. Maybe the left leg stays lifted. And then set your left toes behind you. Wild thing. Bring it back around to one-legged plank. Come into plank. Float through your vinyasa. We'll all meet in down dog. Set the knees down on the ground. And we'll come all the way down to the earth. Come onto your belly. And we'll work the back core muscles, which is your lower back. But it's part of your core, the center of your body. Bring your forehead onto your hands for a moment. And just rest. Wiggle the hips a little side to side. Okay, then take your arms down by your sides. And then lift everything up for locust. Reach your feet towards the back of the room. Option to reach your arms forward. Reach your arms back again. Option to bend your knees and grab onto your feet for bow. Kick it back. Now we're stretching We're working the back muscles, but we're stretching the core on the front body. And then release everything down. You can use your hands as a pillow and wiggle your hips again. All right, bring your hands under your shoulders and press yourself up through plank or table, and then down dog. We're going to come into a seat now. So you can sit down by putting your knees down and scooting your legs out, or you can hop through by bending your knees, taking your hands wide, get bouncy, and then just work to hop all the way down and come into boat pose. And lower down halfway. Lift up, do the best you can. Lower down halfway. Lift it up. Once more. Lower. Lift. Okay, I lied. We're actually doing one more. Lower. We're going to stay here. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Ooh. Put your hands on your belly. Say, thank you, belly. You can feel the intelligence of your core. Put your hands on your hip bones and feel the shape of your pelvis, your pelvic bone, this beautiful structure of the body. Pelvis and the abdomen housing our organs, our diaphragm. Let's bend the knees and cross the right ankle over the left thigh. We're going to take a figure 4 stretch. So grab onto the left shin or the back of the left thigh. And if it's not enough stretch for you, then you're just going to hold onto your right leg with your right hand around the knee, left hand around the foot. And you're going to extend your left leg all the way down. So you're in a reclined pigeon. And really pull the right leg towards you. Flex both feet. And then if you're in that position, you could bring your left knee back up. And then everybody release your hands, release your legs, uncross your legs, cross the left ankle over the right thigh, lift up, grab the back of your right thigh or the shin. This might feel wonderful for you, and if that's the case, stay there. If it's one of those days where your hips are a little bit more flexible, grab onto the foot and the knee and extend your right leg long. You know, for me, it changes every day. Some days a figure 4 feels like plenty, and some days I need a little bit more. And it just depends on what you've been doing, what activities you've been doing, what kind of stress you've been under. It all plays a role. If your leg is extended, bring it up. Everybody release it all back down. Uncross your legs, bring your feet together and knees wide. Take your arms overhead. Grab onto your elbows so that we can open up through the front body and the front belly. And allow ourselves to feel vulnerable. The animals in the wild rarely show their bellies because it's a sign of vulnerability. And for us here, we're completely safe on our backs with our bellies showing. Like when we allow ourselves to soften into the moment. When you feel ready, start to bring the knees up and hug them into your chest. And rock side to side. And because I promised 30 minutes, we're going to end here. But if you have time, take a little shavasana for yourself to let the practice integrate and to calm the mind. Otherwise, you can rise on up with me. You can bring the palms together at the heart. Let's take a deep breath in together. Fill up the belly. And exhale. And if you enjoyed the class, let me know in the comments below. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And that way we can continue practicing together. All right. Let's bow in gratitude for this practice. Thank you so much.